Hello students and welcome to your English lesson. In today's video, we shall be starting with a new chapter, chapter 1.6 Tiger Hills, written by General Ved Prakash Malik. Before we start, let us get to know about the author. The author is General Ved Prakash Malik. He was the 19th Chief of Army Staff of the Indian Army from 30th September 1997 to 30th September 2000, that is for 3 years. He was also the army chief during the Kargil War. He is a recipient of Param Vishishta Seva Mandal, Ati Vishishta Seva Mandal, and Raksha Medal. So he has won so many awards for his bravery and work in the army. Now, about the extract, why this extract is included in your syllabus is because it is from the book that is Kargil, which is written by General Malik. And why this book again is special is because it describes the events that took place at Kargil or the various things that happened during the Kargil war. So let us start. But before we do that, also let us get to know a little bit of the background of what this Kargil war was about. For the ones who do not know, can get to know, and the ones who already know can just revise about their general knowledge. So, students, basically, the Kargil war, also known as the Kargil conflict, was an armed conflict which was fought between India and Pakistan from May 1999 to July 1999. Okay, so during this time, this war was fought, and the two people between whom the war was fought was India and Pakistan. And it happened in the Kargil district of Kashmir and elsewhere along the line of control. Like we have the borders, like we have the line of control beyond which you cannot go, or the people on the other side cannot cross. That is the, basically the area where the land of a particular region ends. Okay, so this line of control was crossed by the Pakistan army, and that is why the war took place. The cause of the war was infiltration of Pakistani troops. They tried to come on the other side, that our side, that is India, by disguising themselves as Kashmiri militants, and they also took in positions on the Indian side of the LOC. Like we have these two sides, like our side, that is Indian side, and Pakistan side of LOC. So they tried to come into the Indian side of LOC, and this, in fact, serves as a border between the two states in Kashmir. Okay, so hence their presence in that particular area would not be tolerated, and because of that, then this war took place, wherein we asked the Pakistani troops to leave the line of control which belonged to India, the Indian side of line of control, and go back in their area. Okay, so let us start. Now, Tiger Hills towers majestically above all other mountain tops in its vicinity. Like I told you, this particular area, that is Kargil area. So this area has the highest tower. Okay, that is the highest hill. That is the Tiger Hill, which you can see in the picture stands out among the other parts of the mountain tops. Okay, so although it is located 10 kilometers north of Srinagar Kargil Leh highway, can you see here in the second picture? There is a highway which goes along this particular area. Okay, so it is almost 10 kilometers away on north side of this highway. The enemy position on this particular mountain top dominated parts of this highway. Like if the enemy is positioned here, then they can monitor the entire movement of vehicles on the highway. Okay, so after recapture of Tololing, now on this particular mountain, okay, the other part, like one is Tiger Hills, the other part was Tololing. Now this was captured or recaptured, you can say, by the Indian army, and the adjacent features, the nearby areas also were recaptured. But evicting the enemy, evicting means removing the enemy or sending the enemy away from this well fortified position, became a priority. Okay, well fortified means to strengthen a place with well again attack. Okay, so you cannot have enemy at such an important position. So hence, in spite of having the enemy go away from Tololing and the other areas, it was very important to remove the enemies from the Tiger Hill position. So as the sharp triangular top of Tiger Hill, can you see the third picture? Okay, the Tiger Hill area is a very sharp triangular top. Okay, it was clearly visible from the highway and appeared almost impossible to capture. The media had projected the entire episode as a national challenge. Now, because you can see the shape of this hill, okay, it's very, very sharp, okay, in a triangular shape, it's very difficult for the army to capture or to go to this area and capture the Pakistani troops which were present over here. And so this particular incident was, project, like we have our media which projects every incident. Sometimes it is well projected, sometimes it is exaggerated. So for they also showed that this is a national challenge for our Indian army to capture this area, that is the Tiger Hills, and get it back under the Indian control. So here you can, in this picture you can see very clearly the Tiger Hill top. Okay, it's a very sharp pointed edge, and here it was very difficult for the Indian army to climb up here and remove the Pakistani army which was projected on this hill. Now, Brigadier MPS Bajwa, commander 192 Mountain Brigade, assigned the mission of capturing Tiger Hill to 18 grenadiers. Okay, now here we have brigadier. Brigadier is like, you are in the Indian Army, you have various ranks. Okay, like in a school, like we have, or college, we have the headmistress, we have the vice principal, then we have the principal, like that. So in the army also, you have various ranks at which the people or the officers are given. Okay, the various ranks that are given to the officers based on their capabilities. So here MPS Bajwa, he was a brigadier. He gave this particular target of achieving of capturing this Tiger Hill to 18 grenadiers. Okay, so now they rested and recouped after their achievement. So they had first uh, they were first working on the capture of Tololing, that particular area, Tololing and Hump. So they had just finished capturing that area, and now they were just resting for some days. And within that given time, they were given the task of even capturing the Tiger Hill. And also, along with these 18 grenadiers, 8 Sikh, which was already deployed at its base, they were also asked to join. Now, both these units were assisted by a crack team from the High Altitude Warfare School with maximum possible artillery, engineering, and other combat support. Like I told you, see, can you see the hill? Okay, it is very, very dangerous. It's a very challenging job, and for this, you required the best team in order to climb this hill and capture the area under the Indian control. So they had to plan exactly which group of army had to be assigned this task and how they would work out the entire uh, move. Okay. So throughout the last week of June 1999, 18 grenadiers probed to establish the extent of the enemy's defenses and to scout for suitable routes for the assault. So they had to carry out this mission, and in order to carry out the mission, they had to find out the exact way, the routes that they would take in order to climb up the hill. A simultaneous multi-directional assault emerged as the best strategy. So what they thought is it would be best to attack from two sides, okay, two or three sides from different directions, so that even if one direction is being noted, one even if one side is being noted by the Pakistani enemies, then the other two sides can attack on the Pakistani enemy. Okay, so the this was a strategy that was used. So the commanding officer of 41 Field Regiment drew up an elaborate artillery. Now, what is the meaning of artillery? Artillery is a class of heavy military range weapons. Can you see here? Okay, which is built to launch munitions far beyond the range and power of infantry firearms. So where people or the soldiers cannot reach, in that particular area, you can use this artillery and target the enemy position. Okay. Now, uh, so throughout the last week of 1990, like I told you, they had to come up with this target, okay, of attacking from different directions. The commanding officer of 41 Field Regiment drew up an elaborate artillery fire plan. Okay, so they had also to plan to, so as to from which side they would attack and what are the various signals that they would use, because some army people would be on the hill, and while these artillery people would be somewhere far. So in order to give them a signal, how they would plan out the entire thing had to be worked upon. Now, individual guns were ranged so as to cover each objective. Then we had Bofor guns, okay, which were used in the direct firing role once again with inspiring accuracy. Because if you fire in a wrong direction or in a wrong place, then it might alert the enemy and they might then attack in return. So on the day of the assault, like on the day when they had planned to attack, nearly 120 field and medium guns, 122 multi-barrel Grad rocket launchers and mortar rained. See here, you can see this one. This is the multi-barrel Grad rocket launcher. Okay, so such kind of weapons were used, and they started attacking with all these different weapons, and it rained death and destruction on the enemy at the Tiger Hills. So the Air Force too targeted. So not only them, not only the army, but also the Air Force joined hands in order to target the enemy on the Tiger Hill on 2nd and 3rd July and hit the bull's eye several times during its mission. So wherever the enemy was positioned in those areas, they had fired, and they had managed to bring down the enemy. Now, while all this thing was taking place, for the first time in India's military history, a TV channel covered the battle live. So, if you go on YouTube and if you check, then you will find the live coverage of this battle, that is the Kargil War. And a sign of progress and transparency can be seen, like because sometimes things happen differently and they are projected in a very different manner. Because apart from the ones who were present there, nobody else has seen or witnessed what exactly has happened. But when this TV channel covered the entire battle live, it gave a sense of transparency, and also it was a sign of progress for our Indians, or for us Indians. Okay, not to mention the on-screen depiction of confidence. You can see the confidence of the army personnel during the entire process. The Tiger Hill feature. Now, if you look at the Tiger Hill in a particular way, okay, if you look at the various parts of this hill, you will see that around 2200 meters it extends, okay, about 2200 meters from west to east, okay, and about 1000 meters north to south, okay, if you see, so it's that high. And the main extension is towards the west. So if you look at the western side of Tiger Hill, you'll find an extension on which there are two prominent protrusions. And what are protrusions? A thing that extends from the place or surface, something that sticks out. So from the hill, there are two areas which are prominently protrusions over there. The first is approximately 500 meters west of Tiger. So from Tiger, if you go 500 meters west, you'll find the first protrusion, that is the India Gate, and the second protrusion, that is Helmet, is somewhere around 300 meters away. Okay, so approximately one company of the 12th Northern Light Infantry, that is the Pakistani soldiers, they had held the entire feature. So this entire place was captured by the Pakistani troops. Okay, and our Indian army had to go through this area in order to capture the enemy which was positioned here on the Tiger Hill. So you can see here in the picture, this is the Bofor guns that I talked about, and these are the Grad rocket launchers which were used during this war. Now, at 19 hours on 3rd July, 18 grenadiers commenced its multi-directional assault. Like I told you, 18 grenadiers and 8 Sikh, these people were given the task of capturing the Tiger Hill. So on 3rd July, they started their attack. Okay, they started moving from different directions, okay, of the hill and attacking the enemy on the Tiger Hill. So under the cover of bad weather and darkness, now we can imagine on the hill the weather conditions would be extreme. Okay, it would be very windy, it would be extremely dark, the power of the snow, the wind condition, the weather condition would be extreme. Okay, so under all these difficulties, they started moving ahead, and they were supported by the firepower of artillery and mortars. So here on the other side, all of the artillery was positioned, and they also were ready to fire as soon as they got the signal from the grenadiers. A company captured an intermediate position called Tongue by 1:30 hours on 4th July. So when they had started on 3rd July, and by 4th July 1:30, okay, at 1:30, they managed to capture the first position, that is Tongue, okay, the Tongue area. Further advance along the north southeastern spur leading to Tiger Hill top was stalled due to accurate fire by the enemy from India Gate, Helmet, and top. Now, what happened? I had told you. See, here you can see from here the enemy started firing. Okay, so it became very difficult for them to go for to advance further along the southeastern spur. Okay, and so the multi-directional assault attack started coming into practice. Okay, the other side they started climbing up while the enemy targeted the Indian army on one side. So meanwhile, Captain Sachin Nimbalkar, here you can see, okay, he led the D Company assault from the east. Like A Company, like here it is told, see, A Company, they reached that particular area, but they were spotted by the Pakistani troops. So what happened is D Company, which was not yet under the Pakistani troops, okay, they had not noticed them. They started climbing up from the east, and his company had to negotiate steep escarpment during mountaineering equipment, despite the darkness and the inclement weather. Okay, now I am saying that they can, start moving from different directions on the hill, but it is not always easy. Like, from one side of the hill it is possible to climb the hill. Okay, the slope is not very steep, so it is possible to climb. But from the area where Captain Sachin Nimbalkar's company was climbing, the D Company was climbing up, okay, the Tiger Hill, it was extremely steep. Okay, the slope was extremely steep. It was very difficult for the army personnel to even use mountaineering equipments. Okay, they had all the possible equipments, but even with that they had to face a lot of challenge with the steep slope and also the dark weather and very difficult weather conditions. So his approach took the enemy by surprise. Now when he started moving from that side, the enemy did not expect the Indian army to attack from different directions. So after some firefighting, the company was successful in occupying the eastern position of area column, which lay within somewhere 100 meters of Tiger Hilltop. Okay, and then comes the next group, that is on another front, C Company and the Ghatak Commando Platoon under Lieutenant Balwant Singh. Here you can see. Okay, so every group had a leader. So C Company leader was Lieutenant Balwant Singh. He also started moving from another side, and this also surprised the enemy. This time along the difficult northeastern spur and obtained a toehold just 30 meters from the top. Okay, so D Company had reached somewhere around 100 meters from Tiger Hill, while C Company had reached 30 meters closer to Tiger Hill. Okay, so with this, I would like to stop today. So I would request all of you to please open your textbooks to page number 54 and read the entire lesson till at least till where we have finished discussing. That's 54 and 55 page number. We shall continue to see what exactly happened further during this entire process of capturing the Tiger Hill in the next video. Until then, thank you and have a nice day.